In the morning, shoppers. Welcome to today's News and Guidance Special Report for Friday, 12/26/2025. Coming at you live from a cold cave in the North Pole. Let's get into today's items.
Hey, thank you for that. And to you, our listener, thanks for being with us. We really get why you asked for this deep dive.
We do. You're right in the middle of that awful moment.
Yeah, that necessary choice of when to just pause a conversation.
Right, because the yelling, the drama, it's just made any real authority impossible.
And we have to say, that moment, choosing silence over shouting, that isn't weakness. That's the first real move. It's strength.
It absolutely is. And that sets the mission for today. We've pulled some really concrete tactical strategies from the sources, strategies that let you, the parent, stay that calm, unshakable adult.
Even when everything around you is basically designed for chaos.
Exactly. We're looking for the blueprint for that unshakable wall.
And to build that wall, you have to know the strategy you're up against. And it's not personal. It's, it's developmental. The sources are super clear on the adolescent mindset right now. It's friends equal validation, acceptance, and the big one, zero accountability.
Whereas parents equal
authority, boundaries, restrictions.
So it's not really a choice of who they love more.
No, not at all. They're choosing the environment where they feel powerful, where they feel grown up.
So the goal of the argument isn't even to be right.
Not really. It's just to force a reaction, to prove they have leverage over your emotions.
And that changes everything. If you see it as a power grab, you stop trying to win the argument.
Yes. You start focusing on just maintaining the structure. Your job isn't to be liked in that moment.
Your job is to stay the adult.
Stay the adult in the room.
So let's jump right in. Section 1. Establishing the boundary-backed structure.
Okay.
The core job is to be the wall. Calm, consistent, unshakable, and this is key, not competing for power. But, being a wall when you're being screamed at sounds impossible.
It feels impossible, but it starts with understanding that if you start shouting back, you've already lost.
You stepped into the mud pit.
That's a perfect way to put it. That's exactly where they want you. So the advice is to just reduce your output drastically.
No more lectures.
No, they don't need a 15-minute lecture. They need clarity in 4-second bursts.
I like that. That brings us to what the sources call counterscripts. Short, non-emotional responses you can deploy instantly.
Yeah, for when they launch that emotional attack, like the classic.
My friends understand me better than you do.
Exactly that one. You need these lines memorized because you can't invent them in the heat of the moment.
So what's the first one we need ready for that whole friends versus parents thing?
It's just a definition of the role. You state very calmly, friends don't replace parents.
Okay.
They aren't responsible for your safety or future, we are.
That's powerful because it's not an opinion, it's just a fact. It recenters the whole dynamic.
Right. It's not about feelings, it's about responsibility.
But what about when they use feelings as leverage? I hate this rule. It's so unfair.
That's where the second script comes in. You say, you don't need to like our boundaries to follow them.
Ooh, that's a critical distinction.
It is. You're not asking for their agreement or their emotional buy-in.
You're asking for compliance. It just removes their power to veto rules because they're unhappy.
And then there's the big one, reframing what love actually is, because that gets weaponized all the time.
Right. If you loved me, you'd let me go.
Exactly. And the teen's definition of love is just immediate gratification. Who says yes? So the parent has to redefine it.
What's the line?
Love isn't measured by who tells you yes. Love is measured by who protects you.
That reframes your no as an act of care.
A profound one. And for those moments when, safety is genuinely on the line.
Curfew, parties, driving.
Yeah. There has to be a final non-negotiable line, the end of the road. You just state calmly, we are not negotiating safety, that's final.
And that's it. You don't get drawn in further.
You don't repeat it, you don't explain it, it's just a concrete wall.
Okay, so the boundary is set. But what happens the second they try to break it? That brings us to section 2, the art of the pause.
And non-engagement, yeah.
What are the specific tactics parents just have to refuse to engage with?
The sources list them out. It's a classic playbook. Changing the topic, blaming you, attacking your character.
And the physical stuff, storming off, slamming doors.
Right. The moment you react to any of that, you've just taught them that their tactic works. You've shown them the button to push.
So if they're screaming, throwing accusations, what's the universal response?
There's one line. And the sources say you have to use it every single time.
Okay.
You say, we'll continue when you're calm and respectful. Until then, this conversation is paused.
Say it once, make eye contact, and then you're done.
Done. You just mentally or physically retreat.
You have to.
But what if they escalate? They stomp off, slam the door, basically daring you to follow.
You don't. The sources are so clear on this. No chasing.
No chase. Never. The teen has to learn that storming off isn't a power move. It's a choice to end communication. And choices have consequences.
So what consequences?
The pausing of privileges, not as a punishment for being angry, but as a direct consequence of refusing to communicate respectfully.
So it's not about the anger itself. It's about the disrespect. I see. This reinforces that you're building a structure, not trying to win a fight.
Exactly. And that lack of reaction from you, I mean, that is the most powerful tool you have. The key insight is that she wants you reactive.
That's her leverage.
That's the whole game. You break her power plays when you show calm, consistency, no negotiation on safety, and this is the big one, zero fear of her anger.
Zero fear of her anger. That's a huge mental shift.
It is, but that's what disarms the whole tactic. If she knows she can't control you with volume or tears, the behavior stops because, well, it doesn't work anymore.
You have to just accept that your teen might be serious with you, and that has to be okay.
It's more than okay. It's expected. That's their job, to test boundaries. Your job is just to make sure the boundaries hold.
Let's talk about the future then. Section 3, redefining adulthood and wisdom, because we have to deal with the I'm almost 18 argument.
Yes, the magical free pass.
Right, the idea that turning 18 just dissolves all rules.
Yeah, and this is where parents have to be so clear and so consistent. The core message they need to hear, and you should memorize this one too, is you're almost an adult, and with adulthood comes consequences, not freedom from them.
Wow. That's a powerful reframe.
Isn't it? It shifts the whole conversation from I get to do what I want to I am responsible for what I do.
You're teaching them that 18 means full legal responsibility for every choice.
Good or bad, you're the safety net now, while you teach them what that reality actually feels like.
What about the other classic line? I know more than you do. They've seen it on TikTok or whatever. How do you counter that without sounding, I don't know, defensive?
With straight truth. No sarcasm. Sarcasm just invites a fight.
So what's the line?
You offer the wisdom of experience, you say. Experience teaches wisdom. You haven't lived enough yet to see the full picture.
All right.
That's why you have parents to guide you until you can safely guide yourself.
That's brilliant. It positions you as a guide, not a warden. It turns the rule back into an act of protection.
And there's one more phrase here that just, it nails the whole problem.
Yeah.
Confidence without experience is not maturity, it's risk.
That really hits home.
Let that one sink in. That is the difference between a reckless choice and an informed one. And until they have the experience, it is pure risk, which is why you have to protect them.
Okay, so we've been talking about reactive techniques. Let's get proactive. Section 4, the 5-minute family conversation script.
Yes, for when you have to lay down a new rule, a phone contract, a new curfew.
And you need to control the conversation from the start.
Exactly. This is designed to prevent a debate. The whole thing should be 5, maybe 10 minutes, max. And you do not debate the rule. You are presenting a decision.
So the parent opens with 5 scripted steps. Walk me through them. What's step 1?
Step 1 is affirmation. You start with love and protection. We love you. Our job is to protect you even when you're angry.
So you start there to diffuse the idea that the rule is a punishment.
You frame the entire conversation with love and duty.
Okay. Step 2.
Define the problem. Be precise. The behavior we've seen is unsafe and disrespectful. That can't continue.
You name the behavior, not attack the person.
Correct. Then step 3 is presenting the plan. And this has to be almost clinical.
How so?
You just say, here is our plan, and then you calmly read it. This is why having it written down is so critical. There's no room for misinterpretation.
You're just reading the document.
Now, step 4 tackles the elephant in the room, their feelings.
Right.
This is vital. You say, you don't have to agree with it, you just have to follow it.
Takes all the emotional leverage away. Their happiness is irrelevant to their compliance.
Exactly. And finally, step 5 gives them the path forward, the light at the end of the tunnel. When you show age-appropriate responsibility, you'll earn more independence. You're giving them the roadmap to the freedom they want.
This all sounds very structured, but we all know what's going to happen. Interruptions. Outbursts.
Inevitable. And that's why you need the trigger phrase ready. The second they interrupt, you cut them off.
With what?
You say, pause. If you interrupt again, we'll finish this privately later.
And if they do it again?
You calmly stand up, say, this conversation is over, and you walk away. The rule is now in effect without any further discussion.
That requires incredible discipline.
It does. But it shows them you will not participate in chaos. The consistency is what pays off.
Okay, let's bring this all home. Section 5, the ultimate takeaway. What's the core dynamic you need to remember?
It's actually very simple. Your teenager has choices. You have authority.
I'm trying to win a popularity contest.
Or an argument. You are building that boundary-backed structure they can't push over. You're doing it to stop them from harming their own future.
And we have to repeat this. Holding that firm line is not harming your teen. It is providing essential security.
Yes. The sources are clear. The calmness, the consistency, that's what makes respect return. Because their old tactics just stop working.
It's a marathon. You're teaching real-world consequences, not punishing anger. You are staying the wall.
You stay the wall.
Which leads to our final provocative thought for you to consider. The sources suggest that her tactics only stop working when your fear of her anger is gone. So what is the single biggest fear you currently hold regarding her anger? Is it that she'll hate you, that something will get broken, that you'll break the relationship? Name that fear.
And once you name it, ask yourself, how can you calmly diffuse it and refuse to let that fear dictate your response?
Proverbs 4.26 says, "Give careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways." Establish that steady wall, and the path becomes clear for both of you.
Until the next deep dive, stay informed.